Here's how to make a copy of a Google form that you want to turn into a new Google form. First thing you want to do is go to your Google Drive. Then once you're at your Google Drive, go to the area where the form is. Now I'm at the area where the form is that I'm going to copy. So say I'm going to copy one of the files from Unit 4, Week 1. Let's go with spelling first. So first I'm going to click on the file, then I'm going to right-click on the file to give you this menu. What you're going to do then is scroll down to Make a Copy. And this will give you a copy of the form, which is right here. Next thing you want to do then is you want to rename this form. So you're going to right-click on it to give you this this menu, and you're going to go down here to rename. And I'm going to rename that Unit 6, Week 1, Spelling 1. Okay, now I have a new file. Okay, now I'm going to move that file to the correct file here. As you see right now, I'm open in Unit 4. So I'm going to move that to the Unit 6 folder. Here's how I do that. Go down here to the file that I'm wanting to move, and I'm going to right click on it. Then I'm going to click on this Move To. And I'm going to back up one to go to Unit 4, and then back up another one to get to where I have all the units stored. And then I'll click on Unit 6, and I'm going to click on Move. That's going to move it there. Okay, now that I've got the file moved to the proper unit folder, then I'm going to move it to this Unit 6 Week 1 folder. And I can just simply click on it and move it to the folder like this. Simple. Okay, and I'm going to click on Move. Then I'm going to open this folder, and I can now remake my form. So I'm going to do that now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to Unit 6, Week 1, Spelling 1. I don't really have to change anything else. Then I just take the spelling worksheet and I just change the answers here. Sometimes you're going to need to change some of the instructions. In this case, it says please select the spelling word that would best complete the sentence. But in this worksheet, it actually says write the spelling word for each clue. So I'm going to put please select the spelling word that fits the clue. And then down here, I'm going to do the same thing. Please select, and I'm just going to copy this part here. Just copy this, Control C, and come down here and copy that. And actually, we'll have to do that on each one of these. Or there's another way you can do it, okay, which I'll show you. You can either do it that way or another way. So next I'm going to change the number 1, and it's the name of a month. Now if you'll notice here, I have the top one selected as the correct answer. But I also have it randomized here, so it will do shuffle option order. So even though in the makeup of it's going to be the top one, when the students see it, these are going to be shuffled, and so it's not always the top one. So please don't be concerned about that. I've done this to make it the top one to make creating the form easier. So now I'm going to change that answer to June. And then I'm going to use other spelling words to fill in the other questions. So I'm then basically done with the first one. Now I said earlier you can either keep making copies of this is one way to do it, or one of the things I like to do is I like to actually delete all the sections and then make a copy of the first section so I don't have to keep changing this part here and then this part here. So I do that on purpose to make it where it's easier and faster to actually create the form. So now I'm down to question 10. I've deleted this section. But hey, how do you make the section again? Okay, you can actually undo that last one like this, and then you can make this question 2, because there's a different format between this and this. I keep them sectioned like this so that they only see one question at a time. So go ahead and keep that 10th one and then type 2. You wear it on your foot. And then again, the top answer is the one correct, but because it's randomized, the students will see a different randomization for each time they do it. Okay, each student's are going to be different, so you can't sit next to each other and copy each other, which is a really benefit of doing these. Okay, if you wanted to change it, you could go to the answer key and you could change it by doing this. Now these 2 answers are correct, so you would have to unselect that one. But you want to select the correct answer. On the feedback, I've already got, so if you copy my forms like this, it will be easier. I just have correct for the feedback for the correct answers, and I'm sorry, that's not the correct answer. And that's what the student will see when they do check your score. So to get back to the other one, the editing portion of it, just click on Done, and here's question 2. Okay. Now I didn't change this here, so I'm going to have to change this to Unit 6, Weeks 1, Spelling 1. Okay, so now what I could do is this section 2 of 2, if I come here to these skinny snowman and I say duplicate section, it will give me a new section, say section 3. So now, since I copied it, I don't have to put in these instructions again. I don't have to change this again. All I have to do is change this, and I was going to have to change that anyway. So I feel that this makes it faster to do it, but you can come up with your own way if you find a different way that works for you. Truth. Okay, the reason why it's showing red is because truth was one of the options down there. So when you do it, you just make sure that you're not using one of the other options that are available. Okay, a liar would not tell you this, and that'd be the truth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of these questions, and then I'm going to come back and show you what we do after this. Okay, so now I'm down at the bottom, and the worksheet has another section here that's completely different from this. So then this is where you have to make a choice. Is it beneficial to add the other things? In this case, it's dealing with antonyms and synonyms, which is really kind of a whole different lesson and not really spelling. So because it's a grammar lesson. So I'm going to keep it to 7 questions here, which means that the total points for this is going to be 7. So now you're done with creating the form. So now you could go ahead and close the form. And it's done. Now here's where you're going to do to be able to share this file is right click on the form, and it'll get this get link. So click on that, and it's going to give you this link, so you can just copy the link. Then in a Word document, please don't do a Google Docs because sometimes it doesn't share properly. So call up a Word document. Done. Here's a Word document. And I'm going to click New here, create a blank document, and then I'm going to paste that form link right there. And here's what you want to make sure you do is you want to, where it says this edit USP sharing. Here you want to go ahead and type in the words copy. And this will make Google Forms force copy, which then you can save. So I'm going to put Unit 6 Week 1 Forms here, and then this is going to be spelling 1, so we'll know which one it is. And then if you click on this link, if you press on Control, it will give you, and it should give you, a forced copy, which looks like this. Come on. Normally you don't have to verify it's you type of thing. But if you do, just type in your password and keep moving forward. And they're verifying. You'll see this thing that says copy document. So then you're going to click on this make a copy, and then you can save it on your own drive. Okay? How do you do that? It'll be up here, and then you'll save it to where it says move to folder. You'll click on this, and you'll put it wherever you store your files at. Hopefully this will help you in making copyable forms when you're working in a collaborative team. Thanks.